Greetings. In the last video that I had posted a fortnight ago, I had asked you what is an archipelago and do we have any in India? Well, the correct answer is archipelago is an extensive group of islands which is surrounded by sea, or a stretch of water which is dotted with islands. We have two archipelagos in India. One is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, another one is Lakshadweep. And the people who have given me the right answers are Nivedita, Ambika, Geeta, Antara, Rajendra, Rajkumar and Ashok. Congratulations to all of you. Well, Mr. Rajkumar also asked me, Ma'am, Lakshadweep has only 36 islands. And if it has only 36 islands, why should it be called as Lakshadweep? Yes, no, Lakshadweep, why? It's a very good question. Let me answer this question with an example. All of you must know that the famous romantic poet William Wordsworth has written a poem, The Daffodils. Famous poem, The Daffodils. In that poem, he, referring to daffodils, says, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in the sprightly dance, he says. Did William Wordsworth mean he counted each one of the daffodils over there? No. It is a figure of speech. When he mentions 10,000 about the number, such a huge number about daffodils, it means the numerousness of the daffodils. It is a figure of speech and it is called hyperbole in English. So probably there must have been a person who had this beautiful literary brain, and when he or she might have seen these islands in the sea, they named it as Lakshadweep. It's a hyperbole. This beautiful name is a hyperbole. Isn't it interesting? Such interesting things shall be done always on this channel called Learning with Dr. Puornima George. You can find these videos on my Facebook page, Puornima George, and on Instagram handle, George Puornima. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, all you need to do is press that subscribe button and also all switch so that you get all the notifications. Come, let's learn together. As it is the examination time, I just thought that I should do something where, they are useful to you in your examination. And the first things that came to my mind are punctuation marks. So today we are going to deal with very few punctuation marks because the time doesn't allow me. Very few punctuation marks, but that will make you to think more about other punctuation marks and make you try to know about them. The first one, of course, is the dot, which we call as full stop, or sometimes we even call it as a period. When you put a full stop at the end of a sentence, that means you are giving time for the reader to take a breath. Even while you're discussing some topic, when you discuss some topic, and if somebody says something like this, I don't want to listen anything about her, she's my daughter, period. If something says like this to you, that means that person is not at all interested for you to continue the discussion. You're not supposed to talk anything, good or bad, against the person in subject. So period means stop. Especially in Hindi script, not all Devanagari, but then in Hindi script, full stop is a vertical line. It's not a dot, it is a vertical line. The next punctuation mark that we are going to take up today is comma. Comma in English almost looks similar to an apostrophe or the inverted commas, or in reported speech you make use of them. It looks exactly the same, but then it has to be kept in the baseline. It comes to the baseline, whereas these two marks, they come in the above line, header line. So comma is used to list or to separate two clauses. When you're joining two clauses, you can separate the two clauses by giving a comma, or to separate items of a list which are more than two in number. If you have more than two in number items, then you can separate them with the help of a comma. The next punctuation mark is semicolon. Semicolons are usually used to link two clauses. You want to equate two thoughts. There are two different thoughts, but then you want to show the likeliness of each one of them to each other. In such case, we make use of a semicolon. The next punctuation mark is colon. Colon is used in English language to list out the things. Let me tell you how a colon is placed. The colon is placed prior to the colon. If this is a colon, prior to the colon, prior to the colon, we need to have a complete sentence. And in front of the colon, we need to have either a list or a description or, equation, things like that, right? We need to have these things. So before a colon, we need to have a complete sentence. After the colon, it is not necessary that the words that come after the colon have to be in a complete sentence. I hope I made this clear. Colon is also used when we refer time. For example, if you want to say it is 4:30 p.m. So 4, then there is a colon, then 30, then p.m. That way it should be written. The next punctuation mark is asterisk. Asterisk, not asterix. It is asterisk. It is usually a star with 5 prongs, 6 prongs, or 8 prongs. This is how we draw an asterisk. When should it be used? It is usually used in censorship. For example, you want to say sour apple. So the spelling is S-O-U-R, apple, right? Now you want to hide this O-U-R. You want to hide these 3 alphabet. Then what should you be doing? What you need to do is you should write yes, then put an asterisk, another asterisk, another asterisk, then space, and then apple, right? This is how you have to use whenever you want to hide the expletives. Usually, as I told, it is used in censorship. The next punctuation mark is parenthesis. Parenthesis is the plural form of parenthesis, right? In common words, it is 2 brackets, 1 bracket and another bracket. Where should this be used? In a given sentence, if you want to give some extra explanation about anything, at that place you can make use of this parenthesis. For example, she, start with a parenthesis. In bracket, you can write like with her diary, close the parenthesis. So now we have a parenthesis. Walked into the room, complete the sentence like that, walked into the room. So now what am I doing by keeping the parenthesis here is I'm giving the idea that this girl here is inseparable with her diary, from her diary, right? She cannot be separated from her diary. That is the thought I am trying to give by adding a parenthesis here. So whenever you want to give extra explanation or description, or some list you want to provide, extra thought you want to give, at that point of time you can use the parenthesis. Parentheses are also used in mathematics, right? All of you might have come across various kinds of parentheses in mathematics. Yes, these are the uses of parentheses. The next and one of the most beautiful punctuation marks is ampersand. What is ampersand? Yeah, this symbol is ampersand. This is used also to refer as and. Whenever we want to write and, we make use of this. But you are not supposed to use this ampersand everywhere wherever you want to write and. You cannot use it that way, right? Because in a written language, this conjunction and, and has its own beautiful meaning. So we just cannot replace it with an ampersand. Where can we use ampersand? You can use it only when you're talking about two different things as one entity. For example, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, right? Here you can make use of and. Or you can make use of an ampersand in the case of bread and butter. Knives and forks, though they are different things, we are considering them as one entity. Only in such cases we can make use of ampersand. Usually in advertisements and when people write the boards, name plates or boards for their ventures, especially younger kids, they tend to use ampersand more without having the literal knowledge of the ampersand. Isn't it beautiful? This ampersand is such a beautiful tiny little thing. It is so nice, right? With this, I think I come to the end of today's session. But then before leaving you, I would like to give you a question. Now that the summers are on, I want you to tell me how much is 98 degree Fahrenheit on Celsius scale. Listen to me again. How much is 98 degree Fahrenheit on Celsius scale? Well, we are going to discuss about it in the next video. Till then, do take care of yourselves and spread happiness and knowledge, of course, by sharing my videos. This is Dr. Poornima George taking leave of you.